Hello everyone, it is me, Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. So guys, I'm here to talk to you today about everybody's favorite topic lately, which is synchronicities. It seems like synchronicities are being talked about everywhere. It's on YouTube with people making constant videos about synchronicities, people talking about the famous 1111, and other, synchronicities that stand out, to, others of us. I'm not sure what synchronicities you see in particular, but what I do know about synchronicities are that, synchronicities could be double digit numbers like 1111, or it could be three digit numbers like 111, or maybe synchronicity could be for you, it could be the fact that you always see a certain single digit number all the time, and you notice every time you see that single digit number something happens, and that something could be good or bad, and so those are, the form of numerical synchronicities. Now, there could be synchronicities, which could be, information that you get that you have, been thinking about or seeking. So, for example, let's say, you have been thinking a lot about, going on vacation, right, to a particular place. And then what happens is that there's an occasion where somebody comes up to you and they start talking about taking a vacation to that place that you wanted to go to. The question is will you seize that opportunity to talk to them? Now this is something that happened to me when I was at work, and I should have took advantage of it, but I didn't. So the next time I see that person who is going to be taking that trip to the place that I want to go, which happens to be Cancun, Mexico, I'm going to talk to that person about what their experience was like when they went to that place, because I want to go and I want to see what it's going to be like, or whatever. So I will definitely take advantage of that, because I definitely should. Okay. Yeah, but synchronicities, guys, I mean, it could be just the topic of you're thinking about something and you're looking for an answer, and then somebody comes up and brings you the answer to something. So maybe you've been wondering, how can I make this certain recipe better? And then, you're at the supermarket, you're at work, or, you're hanging out around your family and friends, and then somebody comes up to you, maybe it's a friend, family member, or maybe somebody you don't know, and they come up and start talking to you about how to make the certain recipe you wanted to make better and how they do it, and you get that information, So that's one pretty cool thing. And a lot of people don't think about that as synchronicities, but yeah. But what I want to talk about is the fact that there are a lot of people who get hung up on synchronicities. What I mean by that is that there are people who, they see a synchronicity and they stay stuck at just, just the image of the synchronicity. So like if they see a, 1111, they will take pictures, they'll take a picture of 1111, a 1010, 1111, whatever synchronicity. And I think I said 1111. Oh, sorry, 1111. And they'll take pictures of these synchronicities like on their phone, a clock, or, that they saw on the internet or whatever. And they'll take a picture of it, and people will just, see it at its face value, which is that, oh my gosh, I saw the synchronicity. Let me take a picture of it. Let me post it. But what people don't know is behind that synchronicity is a message that the universe wants to give you. And if you take notice of that message, it could help your life improve. But so many people are just caught up in the nostalgia of seeing a synchronicity that they don't think twice about the fact that the universe is trying to say something to you. Now, there are people out there who do want to know what certain numbers mean. And so they go and they'll ask around. They'll ask, friends or family members, as long as their friends and family members don't think they're crazy because they're looking at synchronicities. But if they can't find support with their friends and family about synchronicities, what they'll do is they'll go on Facebook or any other type of social media and ask about what this number means. Now, when a lot of people go to look up synchronicities, if they look on the internet by themselves, they will find, these numbers relating to angel numbers. What I want to tell you is that synchronicities, like 1111, 1010, 2222, 3333, or 333, or 444, 222, 222, whatever. These are not linked to the Christian religion, okay? They're not linked to that, you know. And the reason why people think that, because people call synchronicities angel numbers. And the thing is, you have to know that, calling synchronicities angel numbers would mean that it relates somehow to Christianity. But synchronicities are something that have been around for thousands of years, millions of years before we even got here. These were signs that were given. You would say, who was getting the signs? Whoever the original people were who got here. Now, I'm not going to get into the topic of talking about the original people and what they thought or whatever, because I never met the original people who were here, So I would just say that, the universe has always been sending people signs about how to do things and how to live their life in a better and easier way. But it was up to the people to have people to interpret it. And the ancient peoples did have people to interpret this, from what we know from, the historians researching ancient civilizations. We know that in those ancient civilizations that there were people who interpreted these signs. Some of the people who were able to interpret signs, you had dream interpreters, you had numerologists way back then who were interpreting it, or what they called Chaldeans or whatever. And I know that Chaldean relates to numerology because there is actually a type of old ancient numerology called Chaldean. Is basically Chaldean numerology. Chaldean numerology is way, way ancient. The numerology that we and you and I are familiar with happens to be Western numerology, which is associated a lot around Pythagoras. But Pythagoras got a lot of his information about numerology. He got it from the people in the ancient civilizations, like the Egyptians and the other ancient civilizations that were back that far. What a lot of people don't know is that the Egyptians actually go back way farther than what the mainstream would let you believe, But that will be a whole nother video. And there's people who talk about it, and it's like an itch on YouTube and stuff. Okay. Other people who can interpret signs would be witches, warlocks, let's see, what other people, monks, people who worked with, worked with the stars or whatever, those types of people who, who were considered to be spiritual gurus, okay, that knew these types of things. Now, these spiritual gurus may not have necessarily been they're not necessarily associated with organized religion like Christianity, Islam, or let's see what else, Judaism or whatnot. They're not associated with that, when I talk about the spiritual gurus with respect to this video, I'm meaning, just basically the people who were able to interpret these signs that were not held down by religion, and they drew their signs from the earth, the stars, the weather, the plants, the animals, the environment that they were in, and stuff like that, whatever. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now, a lot of these people who are spiritual gurus, yes, they could communicate with spirits and receive information and stuff like that. Organized religion, it's a little bit skeptical of whether or not, people in organized religion could, in fact, could communicate with spirits, okay? organized religion, there are some aspects of spirituality where, that is in it, but is very well hidden and stuff like that. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that. Um, but if you want me to lead you to people who do talk about that, then that's fine. I'm willing to do that for you guys. Okay. But what I want to say is that, synchronicities, I love synchronicities. I love seeing them throughout my day. And, the universe talking to me and giving me these signs that stand out. I love seeing them. But, I don't just get hung up in the nostalgia. I try to, look for, the significance of the synchronicity so my life can be better than what it is, what it is right now, so that I can get to, that place where I want to be, because I want to be at a point where I'm helping people. And so, for me, I'm following the synchronicities, throughout my day, to point me in a direction to how I can go about helping people. That's what I'm doing using synchronicities, and, I'm not going to say I'm this, this supreme expert on synchronicities, because I don't think anybody is. I think that, all of us we are all here to, contribute our experience about what we see. And I think that, I wish there were more people out there who are talking about synchronicities and not just talking about, generally about them, but talking below the surface about what they mean. There are some people on YouTube who hint at them, but they don't really go below the surface. Now, the craziest thing about synchronicities, a lot of people may not know, is that synchronicities relate to numerology. Numerology, that is an amazing, it's an amazing science with numbers and letters, and talks about how to make your life easier and better. But you have to be willing to take the insight that is given to you from numerology. Now you can either go and try to, do numerology on your own, but you may be prone to make mistakes if you're given incomplete information by the person who supposedly is an expert on it. So you should just be careful if you're doing it. Now, one great thing you could do is, I'd say, you can go to a professional person who is, who has established themselves and, have clientele who, talk about their experience were really great in numerology. And, you could have them do a reading for you, and then they could give you the insight that you need to help improve your life and stuff. Now, when I was just talking about the fact that people, learning about numerology and then them going and making mistakes, what I mean by this is that, so I've been studying numerology. I've been reading books on numerology. And some of the books that I read, the authors of the books, sometimes they make mistakes and stuff, so I have to go to other sources in order to, get the, complete information I need in order to interpret numerology and stuff like that. So I mean that sometimes the authors don't mean to do that of books or whatever, or people who do videos, they don't mean to leave out information about, numerology. They don't mean to, but sometimes they make mistakes because they're human, But I would say, if you're going to do numerology for fun and try to use it for fun, cool, you can use it. It's pretty amazing and pretty accurate. But, I would say be careful because, when you're doing numerology on your own, with numerology, like with synchronicities, you might get stuck at the surface of just getting the numbers, but not being able to understand the below the surface of the numbers. And the below the surface of the numbers, that takes people, it takes everybody different amounts of time. It takes some people months or maybe even years to understand the numbers. And the crazy thing that happens a lot of times is that, once you get done figuring the numbers for, numerology, like for yourself, so you might have like 7 different numbers for numerology. The tough thing can be bringing those numbers together and understanding how in the hell these numbers relate to you, you know. And that's where a professional numerologist comes in, because they know how to do that, and they should be able to, you know, point to how these numbers, you know, that you have relate to you and what effect they're having on you, and what you can, you know, what opportunities you can take through using these numbers, and how you can fix your life, okay? If that makes sense, okay? So, yeah, guys, you know, synchronicities, you know, I mean, it's amazing. You know, they're awesome, you know, and they're great to see. But what I don't want people to do is, I don't want you to get hung up on, you know, synchronicities by just taking pictures and just saying, oh, let me frame this synchronicity. No, you know, look at the synchronicity next time you see one, and, you know, try to figure out what it means to you. And if you can't find out what it means, you know, yes, definitely ask around, but hey, don't be afraid to go to somebody who's a, you know, professional numerologist, and ask them and say, hey, you know, every time I've, you know, seen this number, then, you know, I've always wondered what this means, because this has always been present. Hey, what do you think it means? And they can go and they can help you figure out what that number means, if that makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, when you see a synchronicity, try to figure out its meaning, because that number may be the key to your success and helping you make your life a lot better than what it is right now. All right, guys, so thank you for watching this video. And if you have any comments, leave them below this video. And, you know, I asked you to leave comments because I don't know what you're thinking, you know, so I want you to feel comfortable, you know, telling me what you think, you know, and stuff. And, you know, if you want to email me and stuff, hey, I will give you my email address so you can email me about what you think and stuff, if you're too afraid to post on, you know, social media and stuff like that, or whatever, guys. You can subscribe, because I come out with videos, and what's really unique about me is that for my videos, I give a real life take on my spiritual journey, things I've encountered, and what I do and stuff. To let you in on my experience with synchronicities, I use them in order to live my life. You know, I use them to use synchronicities to decide whether to do this or whether to do that. You know, and I use synchronicities to warn me of if something, you know, something's bad going along or whatever, you know. And that's what I mean, guys, you know. I get my real life experience and stuff about, you know, being in the progress to having a spiritual awakening and stuff. And, you know, you guys are welcome to subscribe, and I will give you like real life content on stuff, you know, because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And, you know, it's important for there to be people who really talk on a deeper level about spirituality than just keeping it on the general and the face value. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. I try to come out with videos every week, but you know, I mean, right now you know, I'm working and stuff, but yeah, I try to, you know, come up videos pretty regularly, as often as I can for you guys and stuff. And I like to tell you guys when I have, like, you know, new discoveries, just out new stuff or whatever. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.